Innovation Forum has been fantastic. I have to say, you've assembled just a fantastic set of speakers. Having Jeff Immelt speak is always wonderful. He has such a vision, and I think he manages to blend such a global perspective as well as a razor-sharp understanding of the market and the conditions here in Korea. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the day. I'm hoping to sneak back in and see some of the other speakers this afternoon. In terms of the software landscape here in Korea, there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of talent out there. And I think we as GE would be foolish not to capitalize on that going forward. The world is changing. When I started in software, you'd write a specification, somebody would build the software, you test it and you'd run it. Software doesn't look like that anymore. It's a much more collaborative process, working with customers. Where you find that talent feels very different. There needs to be much more cohesion with the customers, and so the developers need to be close by and need to have a different set of skills. So I think as the industry grows and develops, the need to leverage local talent pools, whether they're startups, whether they're established companies here in Korea, is going to be really paramount. When I was speaking this morning, I talked about startups. I see a huge amount of talent in startups. I see a lot of young talent that at the moment is trying to build the next Facebook or the next consumer app. If we could harness some of that talent and we could redirect them towards industrial problems, to commercial problems, we'd have an enormous talent base to work with. So I think from a GE perspective, the world is our oyster. We've got a huge amount of talent we can draw upon. With Predix, one of the critical measures is how quickly we can get developers into that ecosystem. A broad adoption of Predix is going to make it successful. The model is based on an app store type model where third-party developers can build microservices within that platform. So from our perspective, everything we can do to try and build out that ecosystem is really important. Around the world, we have tried things like we've had hackathons, which are fantastic in terms of building awareness. We've worked with some of the startups, and we're talking about whether it's possible to put some GE people into some of those co-working and startup spaces and to see how that might percolate. But more and more things like university challenges, the 60-day free opportunity that developers can enjoy. Things like that I think are going to be really useful in building up that ecosystem over time.